Welcome back to Jim Bob's Garden. Alright, so today what we're going to do is I'm going to plant a goji berry. Now goji berries are supposed to be one of the best berries to grow. They grow well here. They provide a antioxidant rich, very nutritious and supposedly delicious berry. Never tried them, we're going to try them out. A couple of things. Anytime you're planting something like this, it's going to become a permanent plant. You want to do some investigation on it, find out, kind of what it's all about and how it grows. I've got a couple of reports, one that says something about partial sun, another one talking about full sun. The guy that's talking about full sun, I believe more, so I'm going to go with the full sun option. The other thing is this is going to be a bush or tree type plant that needs a lot of mulch. Well, underneath all of this junk that's growing up over the winter time, I have a ton of wood chips up under here. Alright, this is about 6 inches of wood chips. So we're going to put it underneath these wood chips in this area. And then part of the plan, because you got to have a plan, you want to really think about what you're going to do. You may notice that I've got this shovel handle here. Well, what I would like to do is eventually replace that with a tree of some sort. And the reason it's there is so I can drag my hose around it. So if I plant this tree there, it hopefully will serve that function. All right, keep me from damaging my fig tree, which you see right here, and then also give me, like I said, something so I can drag my hose back onto the back areas until I can get a hose spigot put in out here. So I'm going to clear this all out. It needs to get done anyway, and then I'll check back with you, and we'll go about planting this. All right, so a couple hours and 7 buckets of weeds later, I finally got my spot cleared out, all of the winter growth. And so what we're going to be planting today is goji berry, which is Lycium barbarum. All right, it's supposed to be really, really good for you. We have delicious berries. Now this plant will grow to be about 3 meters tall, about 9 feet, plus or minus a few. And it's going to be a bush. Apparently they use them for hedges in England. So I'm going to plant it here close to the edge because I've kind of been planning to have somewhat of a shaded area back here to where I can plant plants that need shade, and hopefully this will be one of the plants that will provide that. Between that and the fig tree as it gets bigger. All right, but this berry requires full sun, well-draining soil, which we have here, a lot of sand. So with that being said, what I'm going to do is I'm going to clear back some of the wood chips in an area where I'm going to plant it. Just try to pull it all back. Now when you do this, you go to planting a tree in particular, you really want nice loose soil. And unless you have really, really loose soil, that's the only way to do that is to dig it up and loosen it up. Alright, so that's what I'm going to do. Man, that dirt looks good though. That's so much better than what I had before here. Alright, so let's leave that there. Oh, by the way, I think I said this before. Anytime you lay down your rake, make sure that it goes tines down, the sharp ones down, so you don't step on them, or step on it and kick it up in your face. So I want to have at least 3 times the size of my pot, but I just want a nice big hole of loose dirt that I can plant it in. So we're going to dig a nice one. Hoping that this will be a nice addition to my fruiting produce. I have fruit that should grow in the summertime. I have fruit like mulberries and such. I have fruit that grows in the early winter, which is my loquats. I'm sorry, kumquats. And then early spring is the loquats. And then late spring is the plums. So I'm trying to get to where I'll have fruit pretty much all year round. At least that's the goal. So once you got your hole dug, then what you do, take your pot, of course, squeeze around the outside edges. Works better if it's been watered recently, but not like immediately before you go to plant. So just take your pot, kind of guesstimate where you want it, and start filling in the dirt. You want it, like I said, nice and loose, so the roots have plenty of ability to spread. You want it slightly below ground level so that you can have a nice well to put water into. Well, I do. That's the way I do it. And then just put the dirt back. Now this one is not root bound, so I didn't feel the need to break up the roots. But a lot of times what I'll do is take the ball of the roots and just kind of squeeze them and pull them apart. But this particular plant is still very young, so that shouldn't be required. And this is some nice black dirt, mixed in with some sand, of course. And wood chips are really doing the trick, man. I'm very pleased with the way it makes my dirt look underneath the wood chips. Now, hopefully, this will grow here. I don't see any reason why it shouldn't. Like I said, it's nice, well-drained soil, a lot of sand in my soil. And then I've got it loosely packed. Always want to make sure that you don't get a lot of dirt right up next to the stem. Alright, and then what I'm going to do is, apparently these like to be mulched. So I'm going to take these wood chips, or what's left of them, and kind of put them up around there. This was about 4 inches deep in wood chips. What was it? A year ago, last October, so a year and a few months. And they have all broken down, not all, but mostly broken down to where what I have is a lot of nice black soil from rotted wood with a few wood chips mixed in. Now I know a lot of people say never ever put wood chips in your dirt, always on top of your dirt, which I believe is true, but having these wood chips here, most of them have broken down already, the rest are in the process, and so what you should have is most of the nitrogen leaching capability should be gone out of these chips. And then I'm going to get some more chips at some point, and I'll cover it in a little bit more. But that's my goji berry plant. We will see how it goes. Hopefully it produces well, and I'll have some fruit in the late summer, early fall, on into the late fall perhaps. A lot depends on the climate. Apparently in some places it will produce year round. I don't know about here. We will find out. We do get freezes, so. But that's my newest addition to my food forest, is a goji berry. We'll see how it goes. Thanks for stopping by. Like, subscribe, let me know what you think. And again, remember, I'm showing you what I'm doing, not trying to tell you what you should do. But I think it's kind of cool. Now we'll have some other different type of fruit that we did not have before. All right. So once again, thanks for stopping by. Y'all take care and grow something.